Hey loves, it's Britt, and I'm finishing up my series on Mars aspects in Synastry. Maybe one day I'll go into the other minor aspects, but gotta learn more about those first. So this video, I'm going to talk about what it means to have your Mars sextile with someone's Mars in Synastry, so comparing to people's birth charts. So this one is really nice. It's even a bit more active and a bit more learning than the trine even, which is a little bit more effortless and more unnoticed because it's so effortless. This one, you're going to notice it. And it's a really beautiful aspect in that it brings out the people's Mars. So there is a sexual compatibility, a physical compatibility, but it really brings out the Mars of both persons in a pleasant way. I mean, as pleasant as Mars can be. We're talking the warrior, the planet of, the animalistic sexuality and the physical, assertive, aggressive energies. But the interesting thing with this placement, with this aspect of the sextile between Mars and Mars, is it really, I've found that it refines the Mars of both people. It really, it's really good. Basically, it's a really good aspect, and it's an aspect of friendship as well. If you have this in a relationship chart, you express your Mars in such a way that you can be friends too. So it's not so heated that it gets really ugly and nasty. We could have other things going on, with Pluto or Mars that would show that. So you have to always look at everything in the whole chart. But as far as the expression of our Mars, we get to really learn a lot about our own Mars and express ourselves in a way that's different enough that we're learning a lot, and it still feels really exciting. And there's even an element of electricity, but it's like a gentle electricity. It's not like the opposition or the square or the conjunction where we're just getting crazy fiery. It's like a slight buzz, a gentle buzz, a gentle electricity that's really attractive and compatible, but we still feel like we can be ourselves, even though we do realize the other person is different and maybe they have something to teach us, but we're compatible enough that there is this easy flow and natural attraction. So this could be my favorite. I love all the Mars aspects. So I am like the Mars aspect fan club over here. So that's why I had to go into all of them. I love aspects between planet to planet. And they're not often talked about in Synastry books. They get missed. And Mars or Venus, we got to talk about these unique aspects, because this is what our relationships give us a potential for, is this potential to have these planet aspects where we only have one of these planets. So we don't have that potential aspect in our chart unless we have a relationship. And that's why relationships are so beautiful. We get to, learn about each other in these beautiful ways that are impossible for us to learn on our own. So the sextile is really nice. I've had this with relationships, with boyfriends, with friendships, with just more sexual relationships. It works really good as a partnership. Sexually, you can have good sex. You can understand each other. You can they're slightly different than you, and maybe the way that they flirt or approach or hunt you down in the way that their Mars really goes for the conquest, the sexual conquest or whatever. They're slightly different, but in a way that's very attractive and enlightening, and there can be quite a strong attraction with this one. And when it does get down to the bedroom, you actually have this really beautiful flow there, and the people can really please each other while at the same time learning from each other. And in other types of relationships, it can be very enlightening also, where you can be great partners to get up and go and do things. Whenever we're having Mars aspects, it's a get up and go energy. It's not a sit around and like watch TV energy. It's a let's do stuff, right? Even with the sextile, even with the trine, these are active partnerships. So if you have a friendship with this aspect, or a business partnership, you can really see things from another perspective and have growth and learning, but in a pretty harmonious way. So you want to look at the elements, because there's going to be two that are taking place here. So like for me, my Mars and fire, and so air, like fire and air, they're different, but they need each other. Like fire needs air to gain some perspective and to, keep it going. And then air needs fire to give them some inspiration and give them that light and that life. So that's what's kind of going on here when we have it in those elements. But, you have to think about it in all the elements. It could be earth, water. Earth is giving some stability to water that water needs, and water is giving some feeling to earth because earth needs that. So we're both giving each other something we need, but in a harmonious way, more harmonious than like the opposition. When we have the two elements, this is an easy flow. It's not as effortless as the trine. We still sometimes have to work a little bit to make ourselves understood, but with the sextile, it's like we want to give that little bit of explanation. We find pleasure in explaining ourselves more than like with the other aspects. Sometimes like the opposition, we're always fighting and we want to constantly explain ourselves, but it's like in a more egotistical way. This is like a really gentle aspect for the egos. The egos are involved, but in such a way that it's like a healthier version of that Mars can come out, or a healthier version of that masculinity that we both have. So like Mars is a masculine planet. In women, Mars, it shows a representation of their inner masculine. So with Mars aspects, both people are getting that inner masculine out. Well, for men, it's going to be more outer, right? But in same-sex relationships or all types of relationships, we all have an inner masculine and feminine. So Mars is the masculine. It's part of it, right? Sun also. So when we're having this, it's like our inner masculine energy gets to come out in a way where it feels heard. It feels like we're getting a better understanding of who we actually are. And it really, it comes out in a way that flows and that's natural and that's sort of easy enough that we want to do it. We want to entertain this person. We want to have a friendship with them. We're curious about them. We're playful, and the flirting can be really playful and fun with this aspect. It's like the dance that we do in a romantic relationship can be really exciting with this aspect. And naturally, with the sextile, it's like we can let the other person lead sometimes, and then we lead sometimes. So it's very much like a give and take, a reciprocal, more natural version of the Mars energy. So yeah, it's great for creative partnerships as well, working together, creating like a work of art. I mean, you could just do amazing works of art with this, although it's not necessarily going to give you the energy that some of the other aspects would give, where it's just really intense energy. This one isn't so energetic, but once you get going and you have other links going on in the synastry, once you get going, the energy's there, and you find you really just give each other, like, so for fire, it's like the air sign is giving them oxygen, and they're, that is happening, and it's really good for creative partnerships, sexual partnerships, romantic, really good. Although Mars in itself doesn't show love, right? We're not talking Venus and Moon or anything. We're talking sexual compatibility, and we're talking physical, energetic, the expression of that masculine principle, right? But with this one, this is a really good aspect to have. If you have it, consider yourself blessed. It's a favorite of mine for sure. And I'd love to hear your experiences of this aspect. How was it for you? Was it more unnoticeable, or was it really noticeable that there was this compatibility and this learning experience? I'd love to know, you guys. And I also do one-on-one sessions. My links are below. I do a synastry session where I can look at your relationship, and I also do a personal natal chart session as well. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.